as we go along. But what I'd like to do right now is make sure that folks understand where they can call to be able to get assistance. And Beth made a very important point, and that is, if you can't reach anyone else, make sure to call us. And even if you can reach someone else and you need assistance, we're always here to help in the legislature as well. And the number in our office is 617-722-1600. And we encourage you to give us a call so that we can connect you with the right resources. And Beth, Chairman Maselli's office, I'm sure you have the phone number at the tip of your tongue.
617-722-2582.
And if you need help from one of your other legislators, please give us a call and we'll make sure that we contact them for you and put you in contact with them. Now, one of the groups that is not represented here today that has participated in our program is the Greater Lawrence Community Action Council. And you can reach them if the issue is for home heating assistance at 978-681-4950. And their contact person is Al McKee, who is the Energy Division Director. If you're looking for weatherization assistance, the telephone number is 978-681-4955, and your contact person there is Sandra Bermudez. Now, we're going to run these numbers a couple of times during this program, so you have plenty of chance to write them down. But Mary and Fred, I'm going to ask you for the appropriate phone numbers that folks should call to reach you.
If they're interested in fuel assistance and the weatherization program, the number to call is 978-459-6161, and that will put you through to our receptionist. And if naturally you need to be eligible for the fuel assistance program before you're eligible for the weatherization and conservation programs.
Great, thank you. Let me turn it now to our audience and see if anyone has a question. If not, I have a couple that I'd like to ask. Does anyone have a question they'd like to ask?
Are there any age limits for these assistance programs?
There is no age limit. We have senior citizens, we have single moms. Everyone in your household is counted on the application. So even when you have a mixed family, sometimes you'll have grandparents living with their children and their grandchildren. Everyone's income is put on the application along with the people themselves. So it just goes by how many people are living in the house.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
That's a great question. Do we have others from the audience before we go to questions that I have? Okay. Well, one question that I have stems from the fact that if you are eligible for fuel assistance, it seems that there are other discounts that may be available. For instance, the phone bill that folks may be able to get a discount on from their utility company. Could you talk about that just a little bit and help us to understand if there are other benefits?
There are other benefits. When you become eligible for fuel assistance, you automatically, if you heat with gas, you get a discount on your gas bill. You get a discount on your electric bill if the electric bill is in your name, the head of household. You do get a discount on your Verizon phone bill. You do have to have the most minimal plan. If you have any extras on that plan, such as call waiting or you know, some of the extras that go on the telephone plan, you do not receive it. All we do is we notify the appropriate electric company and the telephone company that you are eligible for fuel assistance. They look at the plan that you're on, and if you're on the right plan, you will receive the discount from them.
So the first step is being qualified for fuel assistance, and then those other benefits flow from there.
Correct. We do electronic notification to the gas, the electric, and the telephone. So it's done very fast. It's all done electronically.
Fantastic. Fred, can I ask you a question? We're getting into the fall and the winter season, and it seems like this week in particular when we're shooting, we're going to start to feel winter a little bit according to the weathermen. Folks at home may be concerned that it's too late to do weatherization, that maybe it's winter, we can't put holes in houses and do various things. Is it too late to do some weatherization projects?
We can do the weatherization project and during a snowstorm in February. The weather will not stop us. We'll shovel around the house and get around there and insulate any time of the year. And it's never too late. You know, if I insulate your house, it'd take me 3 days to insulate the house. Well, on the 4th day, you're saving money.
Absolutely.
Never too late.
Great. And Fred, in addition to that, when we talk about weatherization, we oftentimes talk about sealing the home, making sure there's insulation, making sure there's no drafts under the doors, that the windows are properly sealed. Are there also programs that deal with a furnace, for instance, that's inefficient or not working properly? Can folks be helped with that through any of these programs, or is that something different?
No, that can be helped through this program. If we go out to a home, we're going to test the heating system and look at the insulation weatherization. We'll look at the whole home in a package. We'll pressurize the house to check it for air leaks. We have infrared camera to look into the wall to see if there's insulation there, or if there's a problem with it. Or I'll go down and test the furnace, see how it's running. If it's one of those, if it's what we call a snowman, old asbestos, coal converted, automatically we'll change it out and put in a new heating system. Yeah, there's a lot of help out there for heating systems.
So someone could actually get a new heating system by contacting you?
That's correct, yeah.
That's tremendous. Mary, a similar question. In terms of eligibility for fuel assistance, is there a deadline? Is there a timeline that folks need to apply by? Is it ever too late during the winter?
It's never too late. Right now, you can apply up until April 30th of 2009. If you came into our office on April 30th, we could actually make you eligible and go back to paying your bill from November 1st to April 30th, because that is our line of time between what we pay the bills would be November 1st to April 30th. We help you pay your gas, electric, whatever your primary heating source is. That's what we're looking to help you with. And it's either up to your benefit level, or you know, if some people, it may be lucky that there's enough money from the fuel assistance to pay for their whole heating bill. Other people, they have to still pay some, but we're assisting them on a good amount of it.
Great. I'm going to turn and see if anyone else has a question. I have more, but I don't want to monopolize the conversation. Go ahead.
Well, mine goes back to, as far as the heating plant goes, if they need help with that, that comes under the same as a $27,000 income?
Well, there's a guideline, and for each person that's in the household, we would look at it. But first, we would say how many people are in your household. If you're a family of 4, you can make up to $53,608. So that's a really nice amount to be able to go up to.
Sure.
That's a lot higher than it was in previous years. So we are going to be able to help out a lot more households. And then depending on where you fall within the guideline, there's different categories. The less money you make, you receive a little higher benefit level.
That's great.
So for each person that's in the household, there's a different, it increases.
Hopefully a lot of people will be looking into this, because that's a great service.
And if the heating system that exists in the home can be tuned up or updated, we'll do that first. It just doesn't automatically qualify you for a replacement.
I've seen those snowmen.
Yeah.
Are you automatically qualified for the furnace upgrade and stuff like that? Once your fuel system's qualified, you then automatically qualify for all these other programs?
The weatherization program that they do have what they call priority points. You get certain points for if there's someone elderly in the household, and they do priority first. If you have no heat, we have a lot of clients that come in, they have no heat. We'll do an emergency application for them, push their application through as fast as we can, and then we send it to the weatherization program, and they're the ones that will take it from there. What I suggest is, if you're interested in anything in the weatherization program, you apply for fuel assistance. Once you get your letters telling you that you are eligible, then you can call in and talk to the people in the weatherization and conservation program, and they can tell you where you would fall on the list, because they do have a waiting list.
Do you have literature that you're going to leave?
Yes, I do. I have the flyers right here, and what we do is we put the household size and then the maximum gross income that you can make within the household. You can always call or visit the websites. They're on the websites. Almost every community action agent has their own website, and it's on there, or I'm sure it's on the Department of Housing and Community Development's website also.
Because tonight there's a meeting here for the Friends of the Council on Aging. So
I brought about 100 flyers for you,
great.
so that you're able to pass them up.
And one thing we should remind folks, sort of the catch-all website for state services in Massachusetts is www.mass.gov. And once you go through that portal, you can reach just about any state agency, including legislative offices, Beth, and they can reach us that way as well. So we want to encourage folks to use that as a resource. You'll also find, if you go to the Department of Housing and Community Development on mass.gov, some additional information about the programs that we're talking about. A couple of additional questions. One, Mary, is that I've often heard that there is a cutoff date where if your utilities are working by that date, that you can't be cut off until the spring, and I believe it's in November. I think it may be November 15th. I'm not sure if you're familiar with that, but could you explain how that works?
What you may be talking about is the winter moratorium.
Yes.
And that runs from November 15th to March 15th. If you are on fuel assistance, you are protected for having your services terminated. Right now, we have a lot of people that are coming in that have had their services terminated, and we work with them to have their services put back on for the winter season. One of the things then come March, they'll start sending out letters to terminate people again, and that's when we get another flow of people coming in who haven't applied to help out, and they'll come in and we will do an application with them, and we're able to go back to November 1st and start paying their bills so that they'll prevent being terminated on their service.
Terrific. So that's a very important date for people to be aware of.
Yes. Anytime anyone has a shut-off notice, they've run out of oil, or they have been terminated, because a lot of people don't realize it and they wake up in the morning, and then they go to put their heat on and realize they have no heat because their service has been terminated. They need to call us and tell us that they're an emergency application, and at my agency we have them come in the same exact day. We process their application, and within the same day we try to have them turned back on, as long as they bring in the appropriate documentation.
That's fantastic. So there's a quick turnaround if they bring enough information.
If they bring their documentation in, we process their application immediately, because we want to prevent them from losing service or get them turned on right away. Or if they have less than a quarter of a tank of oil, that we consider that an emergency also, because that's a small amount of oil, depending on the weather, on how long that will last.
Sure. One of the things when we talk about the LIHEAP program, which provides the energy assistance dollars, is that it does flow through the federal government. It comes from the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services, and a special thanks to Congressman Tierney for his help with that program. But it then flows to the Department of Housing and Community Development, and they set the benefit levels based on